Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, my friends. This is, of course, the one and the only MRC show that never ends, and we are here. We're back. We are here under the lights in Singapore for round 2 of season 19. We've already seen the tier 2 boys chase around this street circuit, very technical, very tricky street circuit. It is an incredible race, it was as well, so I hope you see that later on. The tier 1 boys, it's their turn now, and we will see how they get on. 18 minutes of qualifying, followed by 31 lovely laps around here. So joining me once again is the man who joined me last week as well, so he is here, he is with us. It's Mr. Mond. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, and I've just seen probably the most terrifying thing ever in the whole wide world looking at this lineup.
Oh yeah? What, Ben
and you, Johnny, your teammates.
Oh my goodness me, I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
wow.
Tier 1 boys, have fun.
No, absolutely. But no muted makes a scene. No, absolutely not. Ashley, let's go with this one. Absolutely, yeah. That's going to be a tough one, that one, exactly, with them two as teammates. But it's one of those tracks, anything can happen. The chances of safety cars, virtual safety cars, is a real threat, of course. And not easy to overtake as well here. It's such a high downforce track that track position can be key.
It can be, especially with, as you said, there are. It's weird that overtaking is not that prevalent here, because there's quite a few good straights to do it on. I mean, where Nick BT is now, where they've redesigned it a couple of years ago, is a good one. I mean, turn 7 if you're alongside enough in the DRS, if you turn 1 if you're brave enough. But it's weird, this place, isn't it? So it'll be an interesting one, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, it certainly will. Yeah, it really, really will. Nick's will be the first one to set a flying lap, and the track really does rubber in round here as well. Gets very snaky outside of turn 3. Expect to see a few loose ends this evening, a few lockups. He gets to the bar and goes already. Wow, that's probably the quickest time I've cursed somebody, I'm not going to lie.
You're on for a record, aren't you, in a minute?
I think that was pretty much the record. I think so. Absolutely.
Who else have we got starting a lap?
We've got KG. So
I'm having a look at Notorious in the Red Bull.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. KG's got a little bit of traffic ahead as he goes into the second sector. Not using as much track as possible in the pink livery. I know you use that as well, don't you? The V carve, the pink livery.
Yeah, I do. And I don't know how people still seem to hit me with it on.
Yeah,
I'm fluorescent pink. How could you miss me?
I think it's like red rag to a bull. I think that maybe that might be it. I mean, it's a type
yeah,
of bull, so I think that might be what it is.
I might have to go back to the standard livery for Spa, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
The Taurus is invalidated the lap. Went a little bit too wayward at turn 8.
Yeah, KG's getting a bit of a tow from the cars ahead. They're quite on outlaps. Hopefully they're pushing on themselves, because he is really close now, coming in to turn 16 and 17. Hopefully it's not going to hamper him too much, the Haas. I think that might have been saved. He gets out the way. Final corner for KG. What's he do? It's a 28.8 to start with. That's a heck of a good lap, that, isn't it?
I'm on board. I'm actually on with Saviour at the moment. It was Nick who was the other Haas. Saviour's just coming across to the end of his lap now. See where he gets.
Yeah. Interestingly, Chris is doing a lap on the hard tyres, getting a scrub set in under here.
It's an interesting tactic for him, but 29.4 for Saviour. Not a bad opening lap. Oh, we've had a spin. One of your fellow Ferrari teammates has had a bit of a spin. Modev, a little bit further on the lap.
Yeah, easy done. Oh, look at Spauer, 28.5. The lap times are going to be stumbling. We had an incredible pole position last season when we raced here, and it was round 6 last time out, and Ben had pole position with a 27.6. So it'd be interesting to see if we get close to that this time round. As Chris was a 37.
I think it's doable.
I think it probably is. The way the track was up. Who was that went round? That was Nick again, struggling so far.
Front wing damage on the Haas as well. He's missing an end plate.
Benny, the 27.4. He's already beaten it from last season. Jeez.
I think he heard you on commentary and just went, Challenge accepted.
It really was, wasn't it? Absolutely. To be fair, I'm pretty sure we're in the 28s in Tier 2, which beat last season as well, which was a 29-1.
Yeah,
last
I
season,
think
Tier
we
2,
were on 28s.
Yeah, because I think I did a 29-1 or something like that. So, yeah, so we were. It was very, very close out there in Tier 2. I'm sure we're going to see the same again as
Williams 1-2.
Wow, look at that. There's a bit of a gap. I'm surprised by that. Maybe you're only just easing it in with that.
Yeah. Have we travelled back to the 1990s? Williams 1-2 in qualifying.
Oh, yeah. Looking to see that car come through.
Oh, yeah.
Sarge is in the pits. Let's have a look at Colin as he's coming towards the end of his lap.
In that beautiful Aston Martin.
Aye. Let's have a look, landing the final corner. Very committed indeed, 29.
P10, good lap for him.
It certainly was. That was actually just a bit quicker than he did last season as well. He was pole in Tier 2, so he has equalled that one.
Improved a lot.
He has, yeah, he has, Colin, absolutely, he really has.
Just as a heads up as well, the two Alpine, Slato and Armour on their first laps, they're very close together, those two.
They really are. Yeah, 7th and 8th respectively, absolutely. Yeah, Ben actually says Benny did his pre-race sacrifice to James Vowles. I like that.
Did you update the spreadsheet, Ben, before you went out? I'm wondering as well, did Colin disconnect his radio before he left the garage?
Yeah. So, a lot of drivers now done their first runs. So, everybody hitting back into the pit lane. As Mamadev crossed the line, goes 10th for the 29.0. So, there's plenty of time to do 3 runs around this circuit. It's interesting to see if people go for the medium allocation or the hard allocation. It's very close. It can be quite close between a 1 and 2 stop race. This one, it depends, of course, on let's say external factors, shall we say?
You don't mean the legend that is Kurt Trylander?
Maybe.
But no, it's weird though, as you mentioned, picking with between the medium and the hard compounds here, because with this being a night race, yes, the harder tyres will go along because it is a very humid race. Yeah. This one, but it's with the colder temperatures as well, because of it being a night race. Can you get those hard tyres into an operating window?
It is difficult, I'll be honest. I mean, the front left doesn't take much beating round here. It's mainly the rear right and the front right. They take a lot of beating with an anti-clockwise circuit. So the front left is quite tough. Some people, you can take them quite a long way, and you could take the mediums if you try a one stop. You could take about 12-13 laps at a push and then do the one stop. Some people will opt for a 2 stop, so expect to see pit stops potentially around lap 8 if it is a clear race, and that will be indicated sort of a 2 stop strategy. But there's a lot that can happen, of
I think
course.
It was lap 8, I think it's when I pitted in Tier 2, but I think I was on the display, I was getting to like 14. I think they said I could take the mediums. Medium set as we get Mr. KG in his very fluorescent pink Racing Bulls car. He's just started another lap.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. Yeah, I mean, I pitted under we had a virtual safety car, folks, in about lap 4, and I actually chose that. I was in the top 5 sort of train at that point, so I chose to pit. Had a bit of clean air after a bit, and then was starting to close that down. It working quite nicely for me, and then of course later in the race it just went. It was a bit difficult. Let's just put it that way.
Pot.
A little bit, yeah, it did a bit.
Yeah.
But you know, it was a lot of good battles with a few people there, so it was good fun. As always, KG very wide.
Tag of the wall, I think.
It certainly was. Yeah, he did. That was the lap to turn 9, and now coming towards the Anderson Bridge. Wide through there. That would have scared him a little bit.
He's skating very risky between that chicane.
He is, isn't he? Really pushing on.
Putting the wall.
Yeah, pushing on very hard at the moment.
As he gets down to turn 10. I believe it's turn 10, is it? It's there. As he picks up that new DRS.
14, that one turned 14, and now he's pushing on. He's 4.5 tenths up on his previous lap time, so it could be a good lap for him. How's the last couple of corners going to be? This could take him up to the front end of the grid at the moment. If he has a really good last sector, how's it going to be? And it's only
He's
7th.
He gets ahead of the Alpines.
Yeah, made a mistake. I think it was into turn 16. Outbroke himself a little bit and cost him 0.3 of a second. So that could have been a really good lap for him. Let's have a look at Calvin, who's.
I'm gonna find some. I'm gonna have a look at one of the Saubers. I think.
That'd be Mr. Bailey.
Well, that would be, and I hope he's been able to catch the FA Cup draw this weekend, because I think he'll be down my neck of the woods in a few weeks. Because with the Leeds, the mighty Leeds is his favourite club, getting Birmingham City. 8/10 up.
Let's have a look at him.
8/10 up is Chris.
Yeah.
Gets the DRS.
Yeah, no one ahead. Being run to the line. Let's have a look as he comes through 15-16, gets it right. Doesn't use all the track, just nice and neat. Let's have a look round the final corner, and it's a 29.4 from Chris up to 15th, just behind his teammate, who is on
quite
a slow
close
lap
as well.
So
Let's do the two Saubers.
Lap. Let's have a look. Marker on just starting. His lap.
I think Chris is running the delivery you could get from the survival event. If you
yeah, he is. Yeah.
Ago.
Yeah, yes.
I think it was the same one as the Ferrari you could get.
Yeah, I run that one, the Monza. Yeah.
Yeah.
He certainly does, and quite a nice looking livery as well.
It is.
Board Macca. Only 6 minutes of qualifying left already. Do get involved in the chat, folks. Join us.
Just having a quick look at the end of Bobo's lap. Goes to P3.
Yeah, but Benny already at 27.4, holding strong. Only closer at 27.6 on his second run. So Benny's on a fast lap. We'll come back to him once we've had a look at Macca.
Where is he?
Bailed on that lap, so we'll leave Macca alone. Let's have a look at Benny. He's bailed on his lap as well. Maybe like a double warm up for him.
Possibility. See what his teammate's doing. Oh, that's weird to say. That's
Just giving him on this lap. I think he's going to pit, so we'll leave him. GTS has pitted. Notorious up in 5th. Colin has improved again up to 7th, right behind his teammate. That's a really good lap from Colin. There's Lato on a lap. He's not. He's coming in with a Ferrari behind him. Well, that's Carl. It is. He's also pitted. Fiddy on a lap. Let's keep an eye on Fiddy a second up. So far in the Red Bull. Another mega improver as well. Williams ahead, but shouldn't trouble him too much.
No, he's far enough away.
Yeah, and pits as well. So let's have a look. Fiddy come to the final 2 corners. Full commitment. Yeah, that's wide open, and it is a very good improvement up to 15th. So ahead of the
Saubers.
Xavier has finished his lap. Colin on an in lap. Notorious as well. So can't before the storm. Well, we have everybody will be starting laps as Ant improves in the 28.8. So just behind Xavier.
Up to Peter. Oh, he's right behind Chris's best friend.
He has.
I'm just going to swap over it. Have a look at a few things.
Cool. Chris has now left. Actually, he's going to, while the track's nice and clean, a clear run. His last set.
As you say, it's a street track, so the track is going to ramp up now for these final runs.
Yeah, it is, and it's difficult when you do have the traffic. People are trying to create space for their own laps as well. It can get a little bit frantic. I mean, it was at the end of my qualifying. I'll be honest, I had my teammate with it as well, and even he said it was a bit crazy towards the end of the session. To be fair, he actually helped. He gave me a little bit of a tour and improved slightly, which was nice.
Nope. Got Nick. He's going to be pitting. He's minus of. I don't know how he's done this. He's minus the front wing at the moment.
Ah, it certainly is. And Nick doing Nick things. Ashley saying, is there a 26 incoming? I mean, you can't rule anything out, actually. You know that, mate. It's, you know, we've got Ben and Gurney. Bobo could have a stonking lap. You know, someone could really pull it out the bag. So it is possible. Absolutely.
Oh,
But like
definitely.
everyone else, please do get involved as well with Ashley. And do hit the thumbs up like button.
We don't bite.
Absolutely not. But the Williams boys are now leaving the pits. So we'll keep an eye on them as Chris is going to start his outlap. There's a few cars leaving the pits at this moment in time. So
Yep, I'm
held up.
I'm having a quick eye on the man in the Mercedes, Mr. Sarge. See what lap he can pull out.
So let's have a look with Chris as he starts his final flying lap.
Let's clip the wall.
He's using all of the track as he possibly can. So turn 3, nice and neat, good traction. Using every track into turn 5. He's got the traction, a little bit of a wiggle, but it's all good. DRS wide open. The run through the kink of turn 6. Spot the braking for turn 7. Using a bit of the curb that you possibly can do. Heavy braking into turn 8, one of the tightest corners on the track. Swinging the car over to the far side for turn 9. Get the power down. Little wiggle as he uses the battery. And then spot the braking point for the Singapore Sling. Keeps it to the left hand side. Skirts the curb to get the rotation. Gets the power down over the bridge. Spot the braking point. Difficult braking for the hairpin. Traction important. And he's got good traction. Wing wide open. Get a little bit of a tow from the car ahead. Moves nicely out of the way. He's up on his previous time. And now using the DRS once more. Through the kink of turn 15. Keeps to the right. Uses as much of the track as he can. But it's a bit smoother. Not as bumpy as it is on the inside lines. But the braking 16, 17. Don't use too much of the curb. Can unsettle the car a little bit. Chris looking fine, coming through the final 2 corners, throws the car in and over the line, and it is an improvement. 17th still for Chris. Difficult lap for him. Difficult qualifying. Ben only up marginally on his previous time. Let's have a look.
Not far up either.
Okay, good to know. You keep an eye on him. I'll keep an eye on provisional pole sitter. There's Benny coming through middle sector into the Singapore Sling. A lot of confidence that he has in that Williams. You can see the front end. Oh, that was very close to the wall as well. Ben using every single part of the track and a little bit more. Gets the car turned.
10th up from you, Joni. Second sector.
At this point, not enough. Benny's slightly down though, so it could be a little upset here. Williams boys could change position. Let's have a quick look. What can Ugoni do over the line? And it is an improvement. He's just ahead of Benny. What can Benny do in the final couple of corners? And he's bailed on the lap. He's made a mistake. Ugoni takes provisional pole. What about Bobo? Slightly down in the first sector. He needs a monster lap, Bobo.
Yeah, he does.
He do it though. Got Aston Martin ahead of him. We'll use every bit of the track. Really wringing the neck of the McLaren. And look at the Singapore Sling. Very committed indeed. Nice and neat through there. Let's have a look. See a Spam in 4th as well. So he's up on the second row as it stands. Let's have a look. Bobo coming through the end of the middle sector. We'll have an idea. Is this going to challenge the top 2? He's 2/10 up. This could potentially, if it has a monster last sector, this could throw a spanner in the works. It's a purple middle sector as well. Man is absolutely flying. Let's have a look at Bobo coming to the final main braking point. Keeps it nice and neat. The Aston Martin ahead. Not going to trouble him. There's Colin coming towards the line, but Bobo, the run towards the line. Has he got anything left? Can he do it? He just closing, but not enough. Lato
2/10.
finished his lap. Notorious improves up to 4th.
That's a lap.
Yeah, great improvement from Notorious. Where is Ant? There he is coming through the final corner. It's going to be an improvement. 6 for Ant. And that is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Williams lock out the front row in here in Marina Bay, Singapore. Bobo 3rd with Notorious in 4th. CL Spam in 5th with Ant in 6th, splitting the Aston Martins. So Colin in 7th, Lato in 8th, GTS 9th with Calvin rounding out the top 10. And that was a little bit dicey at the end, but not the huge gains that we used to seeing.
No, it's very tight qualifying. I mean, it's less than a tenth separating the front row with Ben and with Bobo another couple of tenths back. And then Taurus isn't far out of this, nor is SDSBM or Ant, really.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be an interesting one, this race.
Yeah, we're going to have 31 laps as well around here, and absolutely you're right there, and that was so close, 200ths of a second separating the Williams boys. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting race, as it always is. There's going to be
very tight.
It certainly will. So there it is, 18,000s, I should say, of a second separate the top two. Bobo ahead of Notorious there, and CL SDS in 5th and 6th, Colin 7th with Lato 8th, GTS in 9th with Calvin in 10th, Armour in 11th with KG in 12th, Mamadev 13th, Saviour 14th, Mako in 15th ahead of Freddy in 16th, Chris in 17th, Nick 18th with Bit 19th, and then Sarge rounding out the grid. So this is an interesting one. It's going to be interesting to see who's chosen which allocation of which tyres. There's only one person that we know has chosen the harder allocation, which is Chris. But it's going to be interesting to see how the strategies play out in this one.
I've read something interesting in Discord, and it's been presented from our pole sitter.
Wow! It's a bit damp. Well.
I see intermediate tyres getting ready in the garage, in the McLaren garage.
Yeah, absolutely, there certainly is. I mean, it's a high downforce circuit. People are using 48, 49, 50 sort of wing levels, so it's not going to change the setup too much. People may change what they can is park firm in conditions, of course, and it's going to be interesting to see if this stays. So if there are any Tier 1 boys watching, please do let us know what the weather's looking to do on your screens, if it's going to get better, or if it's going to stay this light rain throughout. So yeah, at least...
I don't envy them in the slightest.
Absolutely not.
But I was going to ask you, actually, just towards the end of qualifying, I know this track, it's had a couple of layout changes, obviously, because we've been coming here for, coming up to 20 years now, Singapore, actually. 2008 being the first race here, and one of the most controversial, we'll leave it at that one, for obvious reasons, if you don't know already, Google is your best friend. But I was going to say, do you like this newer layout now that they brought in a couple of years ago, or do you still prefer it when it was a lot of chicanes towards the end of the lap, just like a lot of slow stop-start?
You know what, I actually used to like the old layout. I liked that stop-start. I liked if you could really get that chicane that went under the grandstand. If you could get that right, it was a very, very nice feeling. Then when they changed it, I wasn't the biggest fan, I'll be honest.
Okay.
But it's sort of just grown on me now. I'm sort of used to it. Sort of the extra DRS zones there. So I've sort of changed my tune a little bit, I'll be honest. But I did used to like the layout. But I mean, it's cut the lap time by about 20 seconds, something like that. Now
I believe so. Yeah, I think it's about 10. It's probably about 10-15 seconds. Now I can definitely agree with that, but. It's growing on me. I find it now. It's just got a bit more flow to it. I think this track compared to the old layouts, but it's a tough one. I mean, as I mentioned in qualifying, I think it's one of the most humid races on the calendar. I believe humidity's quite high with here, so you're going to be sweating. The drivers are going to be sweating buckets in the car.
Yeah, but I think with the lower average speed that it had, was a bit easier on the drivers, but. Yeah, it's sort of one of those now. It's probably not as taxing, still is, of course. But yeah, I mean to be fair, even if you're sim racing and like we do, yeah, I mean I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling at one point through the race, and I looked up and it was only lap 13, and I was devastated.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, Ashley's put a good point in there. If we could change the layout of any track, which one and what would we do?
Ooh, good question, actually.
Yeah, that is a very good question.
I
have to come back to you on that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so there's a couple of tracks that kind of get a bit clumsy, or can just prove a little bit troublesome. So yeah, there's so many sort of sections, if you like, so many sectors, so many tight and twisty parts that could improve. But then if you're going to improve it, you're going to go they'll put us straight through everything, and that's not going to help anybody.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you could look at Mexico, for example, and make some changes there. But at the same time, I'm thinking, well, it's sort of.
I'd maybe take the stadium part out and go back to the older layout with the really fast last corner.
Yeah, the
maybe
one that the Formula E drivers have a different stadium section and go round the full stadium rather than through it, which makes the final corner 180 degrees, which is quite interesting of how they do that and work that. So that's quite an interesting one.
Oh yeah, as I'm just I do not envy these guys in the slightest. We're going for this with this weather at all, because
Absolutely
this
not.
reminds me a lot of 2018, I believe. No, 2017, when Max, the two Ferraris clipped each other off the start, and Max got absolutely obliterated turn one.
Yeah, he did. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll have none of that. Everyone is on the intermediate tyres, so we can change that now. As you said, you'd like to have an additional technical section in Canada. I mean, is that not enough?
That place is technical city, apart from Monaco.
Pretty much. Yeah, that is a tough one to sort of add anything. I can kind of see where you're coming from, but if you changed maybe the part of the middle sector, let's say the DRS point, to something else in there, I can kind of see where you're coming from, and that's not a bad call, in fairness. But
there's not many circuits I would probably change, really. I think I'd probably change a little bit the Mickey Mouse sections at Vegas, maybe. But that's
again, it's difficult when you're in a city and a street circuit, isn't it? You're sort of you're governed by everything that's around you.
Either that, or I'll probably take the castle section out of Baku, really.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. We've had a spinner somewhere. I think that might be
Notorious, I believe.
Yeah, it might have been Notorious. Yeah, had a bit look going through the field. Yeah, it was Notorious.
He's lagging a little bit, I think, by the looks of it. The connection to the car's jumpy a bit.
Yeah, so waiting on the grid a little while for Notorious to get to us, because he is limping round at this point. As
the cars are going to be dropping temperature.
Well, it doesn't. It sort of goes into a mode where you don't. And interesting, look at that on the grid, from our angle. Ugoni's to the left-hand side of his box. Benny's pointing a little bit towards him as well, maybe trying to cut off Bobo and defend or even attack into turn one. And of course, slippy conditions. So this is going to be quite an interesting start when Notorious gets to us. But there's race strategies. If you could take the intermediates to around lap 15, about halfway, then it's a one-stop. Then of course you could use the two-stop strategy as well. Try and get an undercut and have fresher rubber in clean air.
As I think we're still waiting on the Red Bull.
It's coming through the final corners. Now it starts to join the grid, I think. Where is he? There he is. He's coming through the field now, so Notorious takes his position in fourth. We will be ready to go. And here we are, folks. Tier 1 under the lights, round 2 of season 19 here in MRC. We now have 3, 4 and 5 red lights. And it's Let's Go Racing. It's a good getaway, good reaction time from Benny. Close already alongside his teammate. Good start from the Williams boys. They're going to take it easy into turn 1. They do. Benny Ugoni gives him room. And it's all status quo. Look at Cydia already through on the Red Bull as well. A lot of movers and shakers. Calvin Armour getting a bit bogged out. Mamadev had a moment. He got through a few places, but side by side going into turn 5 further back. Notorious has had a moment somewhere. I think he spun round. I'm sure I just saw some carbon fibre as well.
He's parking it. He's going slow around the middle of turn 4 and 5. But I just noticed as well, Lato's not had a fantastic start himself. He's down 11 spots, so I don't know what's happened with him at the start of this race.
No, difficult one. Look at this. We've got Armour and Mahmoud as well in the middle section. Coming into turn 8, side by side, everyone tiptoeing round. And yeah, we've got the two V-Carbs as well, GTS and KG. They're side by side as well, both teammates. battling
Just
away.
noticed there's a bit of damage on Calvin's car as well. He's got a bit of front wing damage on the left end plate.
Oh, that's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt in these conditions. Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
I don't
He's
envy
sliding.
him.
Actually, I think as well, GTS has also got damage. Just to see if they come across the bridge. Yeah, he's also missing.
Yeah, he's missing
an
the same
M plate
side
as well. Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit of drama already through this, but it's the top three sliding away. 1.6. They have got to the lead of the. Look at this. It is GTS and KG still side by side.
Come on, boys, the same team.
Yeah, but
plus you don't want to hit as the same one in the same car.
Absolutely not. No, you don't. But look at
Calvin's
this.
looking.
Three.
Bit of contact.
Oh, that's very, very close, isn't it? Yeah, I think GTS really struggling with the warm-up of his tyres. He's pitted as well. That wing damage is hurting him too much. Can't
Calvin
continue.
stayed out.
He did, yeah. But look at Mamodev. He struggled on the final corner. Had absolutely zero grip. Mamodev went straight through. And back up into 8th, KG, and now Mamodev up 5 places on the opening lap. Nick is up 7, so is Sarge as well. Don't forget Sarge is back of the grid. So what a great start from him. Yeah, they really have, making it work for them so far. Everyone just trying to get the temperature in these tyres. They're just trying to ease them in a little bit. CDL has got his teammate and now KG as well for company. They've dropped quite a way off the top 3. But it is a very long race. This one. The concentration focus is absolutely key. And got a little bit snaky, a little bit wide over the curb through turn 7.
You've got to watch, especially with a street circuit. I know it's like this, even in this with this weather, the curbs are not your best friends even here. Even the white lines, they're going to have so much moisture on them. If you hit them wrong, you're going to be aquaplaning off and straight into a wall.
Yeah, you can do, absolutely, you're right there, and it's just all about getting the braking points right, trying not to lock up too much, and then of course the power output, short shifting, trying to dull the power coming through the rear wheels, trying not to spin them up too much and putting excess wear through that you really don't need, trying to go a bit longer and keep the life in these tyres, but difficult to then balance that with just getting the heat in them as well. That's the top 4. The 4th place, losing quite a bit of time to the top 3. Ant's going to be wanting to try to make a move as much as he can, but no DRS, of course, in these conditions. And he's got KG very much for company. Yet they're having to play a little further back.
As Ben gets the fastest lap of the race. This is the thing. This is a weird situation for these two. They're normally on opposite teams.
Yeah,
I don't think they've ever worked together before.
Oh, so. KG having a look at Ant into turn 1. Oh, stuck a foot wing by his rear wheel. Managed to back out of it.
Not the place to make a move.
If he's got Notorious has retired in the pits early doors.
He may have had a bit of a problem technically. I don't know.
Yeah.
That one, but we'll find out. But the Ferrari's all over the back of the racing bull now. I think is KG going to have a look. Probably going to turn 7. I think he thinks better of it, but it's going to depend now as well, especially the Aston Martins. Are they going to try and work together?
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're sort of the cork in the bottle a little bit. We've got everyone down to 10th armour there, really nose to tail as KG goes a little bit deep, but then we've got Xavier has got through on Nick. He's going to be trying to close down. There they are in the background, the 2 Haas boys with Sarge as well. So yeah, there's going to be quite a bit of moving around, I think, and just people just trying to do their race for now, managing the ERS levels, managing the tyres as well, and just the pace as well, as the track's just changing all the time and the grip's starting to come in now as well for them. I just think, I wonder if I just saw a little bit of damage to KG's car. Did I see an end plate missing? I did. I saw the right end plate missing on KG's V-carb.
It is. That's going to be a problem for him as well now, because he's trying to fight with Mamodev and Calvin, and Armar's lurking in that Alpine.
Yeah, the Saviour's closed as well, so Saviour's there as well.
Of course, we all know Alpine have got a decent enough record around here, but we won't mention for other reasons.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely not. But yeah, Bobo's dropped off the back of the 2 Williams boys, so he's in clear air. We've got Colin behind his teammate as well. So CL just doing what he needs to do at this moment in time.
I'm just looking at Modev. He's looking like he's looking like he's got more pace than KG at the moment. I think he's got a bit more confidence in the car, and I think he's going to try and line up a move. Probably maybe in a lap or so.
Yeah, I think KG with that wing damage, it's just finding the right opportunity to try to get close and then have the confidence under brakes to do that, because of course it's just that battery usage in a straight line that you can use to your advantage to defend. But you see a few cars from that helicopter shot just getting a little bit snaky through turn 8 and 9 because it's such a slow corner. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, we've never got our pre-race predictions. That's a good point. I can't really look about from the Williams boys, to be honest.
No, it's difficult to.
Yeah, their qualifying was absolutely monstrous. I think maybe an outside shot at a podium. We could be looking at Ant, maybe Mamadev as well for an outside shot at a podium as it stands. I think just maybe biding the
good
time,
shout.
doing what they're doing. So that could be something to look out for in the later stages of this race. And keeping the tyres, and Ant is very good at keeping the tyres and then keeping his pace as well. Chris is up back there 15th, but there's a few gaps formed as well. He's got pressure from Lato. Quite a difficult start. As Ben now does set the fastest lap in second place on the rear wing of his teammate. I'm sure they'll just sit there for now.
I've just had a quick check in Discord. Yes, notorious. It was some technical issues he did have with his. Says his wheel wasn't playing ball tonight, so unfortunate for him. But he'll be back for next week's trip in the Ardennes Forest.
Yeah, it's a bit of strange because he was fine when he reserved in Tier 2. His wheel worked fine then, so I'm not sure what's happened to it.
You know what technology is like these days.
Yeah, I know, that's true. So CL is losing quite a lot of time, more than a second a lap to the top 3. Now
has it stopped raining?
I'm just thinking that. Let's have a look. Yes, it actually has. Good spot. It has stopped raining. So, this is going to throw another one into the mix, isn't it? Let's have a look at the tyres.
It is.
Well, of course, I know everyone is on the Inters.
Oh, there's a little slide into turn 7. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut over yet.
That's all good because, yeah, this is going to be. A lot of the teammates are close, of course. Look at the Williams boys. Nose to tail, look at Aston Martins as well, and the Haas boys. So, the gaps aren't too big. There's a few teams that could double stack, but it's going to be when you double stack. Are we going to see them this lap? Are we going to see it next lap? I haven't seen the DRS is actually active. Yes.
I wait for that message myself.
Yeah, generally, or you can go. I mean, I think we may see some people now. I think we may see some people this lap.
Well, as we know now that because it's a wet race now, you don't have to run both types of compounds.
No, and I think one of the Williams is in. It is. Zucconi's in. Johnny is in. He has blinked first. So it'll be interesting. And so does Bobo. He follows him in. What about the Aston Martin boys? Lead Aston Martin does pit and thought about it. Stayed out. We've got KG going in as well. So this is it now. Bobo, hard tyres for him. Where's Zucconi? KG's retired.
KG's out. That should be safety car.
He'll be in the pits. He's in the pits. He pitted. I'm not sure why. He only had a little bit of front wing damage. I'm not sure why he did that.
The pit lane, you know, the speed board at the beginning of the pit lane, that's broken up. I've just was on board with Lato for a minute. I wonder if he's had a bit of damage. Because of his damage, he skidded into the pit wall on the right side. I wonder if he's hit that.
Could be.
No, but I can't see where his car is.
He'll be in the pits now. So, interesting. So, we're going to use pitted for medium tyres. Bobo, a hard CL medium. So, a bit of a mix here. But if the safety car is out, what did we miss? That's heartbreak for those who've just pitted. Dream for those who stayed out.
Yeah, it is. Ben's pretty much over the end of the circuit at the moment.
Yeah, it's a free stop for Ben. He's got 19 seconds to call in.
And what's his delta going to be, though?
He'd be fine. I think a full pit stop's about 19-20 seconds, give or take, and we'll only lose maybe 11 seconds with a safety car. Yeah, don't worry, Notorious Assault car. I don't know why the safety car came out. Not 100%.
Locked up. I've just seen on one of the chats for KG. Locked up, and I think he went into the wall.
Oh, okay, got you.
I think he was what I exactly said. I think he must have locked up, slid on, and then hit that wall on the right side.
Got you.
It's gutting for him though. He was having this really strong race tonight.
Yeah,
he's up there in that top 10. This is going to jumble up a lot of the grid because the rest of the pack isn't too far away from Ben. They're only just down that back straight.
Yeah, but he'll come out ahead of it. It should come out ahead of his teammate because everyone probably is going to be on Delta because no one's caught the safety car yet. Ben does pit. So it's going to be interesting because we've only pitted for mediums. We'll see and keep an eye. Let's have a look and see what Ben chooses as he comes to his pit box. It's hard tyres for Ben, so alternating strategies. It is still a 2-stop now because it's so early. It's a 2-stop strategy for everybody. I'll be surprised and amazed if anyone takes hard tyres that long. Congratulations.
Can't see him going to the end.
No, Colin mediums. There's a few mix here as well, so let's see how this one pans out.
Ben's got the lead.
Yeah, he does, which we thought would happen.
Ben's going to have to heat them up.
Where's CL going to come up with his teammate as well as Colin goes on turn 1. He has kept that position, Colin, in 4th. So he's on mediums and as well as jumps, so he's in 5th. So he's jumped CL as well by staying out that extra lap longer. And that has helped Ant.
It's definitely helped the ones who pitted before the safety car. Yeah, the second.
Ooh, we've got in Ben swap places.
Yeah, I've just gone onto that and I've just had a look up and seen that. I wonder what's happened there.
I don't know. I wonder if Ben maybe went off track, maybe slightly, and allowed that overtake. Yeah, I think that was. That looks a bit. Okay, fine. We'll leave that.
I wonder if that's a bit of teamwork.
I think so. I think it is. That's fine. Not a problem with that one. I think it was.
But I can see Ashley's getting some homework in ready for his race on Wednesday night for Tier 4.
Yeah, he certainly will be. Yeah.
On that one, but yeah, it's been one of the mainstays now. I think of the calendar this Singapore, hasn't it? When it first debuted in 2008. I think the gimmicks of it being the first night race now, I think, has lost the shine a little bit, but
yeah, it has. Yeah, that bit has. I agree with that. We've got quite a few now. I think we've got about 5 night races now. I think it is.
Here, Qatar, Bahrain, Jeddah, and Abu Dhabi Twilight, isn't it? Yeah.
Technically. Yeah. On technical term, it is. Yeah, we've got a few. We've got a few.
But yeah, I'm just recalling something else in that 2008 race. This is the one where Massa, they left the fuel hose stuck in a Ferrari. They sent him out with it, didn't they? So
yeah, as the McLaren boys clapped as he went down the pit lane.
I can't remember which team actually went down and helped him.
I'll give you a clue. It wasn't the team in silver.
Yeah, I gathered that part. That's.
But yeah, we've had a lot of drama here over the years, and of course now we have this safety car, which, I'd say, for those who were coming towards the end of the stint as the track was starting to dry, really has helped. And then those who pitted a lap later, that helped them as well jump a few positions. Ant has got ahead of CL. Calvin's dropped a couple of places as well. Mamadev Armour's had a good little stint there. Let's have a look at those position changes. There they are. Top 3 as you were. Mamadev saved you up 5 places. Nick and Sarge 7 and 8 respectively as well. So there's quite a few swaps. Armour, of course, up 4. So quite a few swapping and changing, and now we've got the difference of tyres as well. And getting the heat into these tyres, you and I have just dealt with this. So is Chris, so is Bit. Who else was in there? KG dealt with it as well, and a few people.
Notorious, I think, as well, yeah.
Yeah, Notorious did as well. But in the Tier 2 race, the hard tyres do take a couple of laps to get some heat into them. They're difficult, and the front left does take quite a long time to get any kind of heat at all. So it's going to be interesting to see how they all hang on at the start, because the safety car is coming in now at the end of lap 8. Everyone just frantic getting as much as they can in.
This is going to be an interesting restart. With the Williams boys, who's going to blink?
Yeah, but our Italian stallion is warming his medium tyres up very nicely indeed. Doesn't want the throttle glitch that we have seen in the past, where you catch the safety car too much and can slow you down, so he's going to back the pack up. Wait till the safety car is in the pits, but let's have a look. When does he go? And now he has gone
now.
Before the final 2 corners. He takes the final corner. A lot of grip in there. You can see Benny holding on to the hard compound tyres, but top 5, good getaway from CL, who got dropped slightly through there, so they are going to be unchallenged through the first couple of corners. CL is going to have to really push on, get the heat into those mediums that he has got. He tried to close the gap without armour, trying to pass, of course, with Marmadev, who's, as Andrew said, was looking very good. Yeah, he's looking very good in that first stint. Of course, from those slippery conditions now totally dry, it's a different ball game altogether. And it's going to be interesting to see what the Williams boys, they pulled away from Bobo in that first stint, and see what they can do. Bobo already a second back, but this is how, again, like I say, when the tyres can come in, see how Bobo's set up for the remainder of this race. 22 laps to go, it's a long way, and it is hard work. It's a difficult circuit to keep the focus all the way through, especially when you're battling. You've got to really pick your braking points, acceleration, mind the tyres as well, and manage all the temperatures as well. So it's going to be a tough one for everybody this evening. Colin already, DRS is going to be activated at the end of this lap. Of course, only 2 laps now.
Yeah, it's the one lap, as I said, after the restarts and normal.
Actually said it's about 7 laps before the hards match the mediums. Sometimes, yeah, pretty much. I think that's the proper crossover. I think you're right, where the hards then are quicker. But I found personally, and I'm going to say for everybody, that the hards, once they got a little bit of pace in them, a little bit of heat, I felt they were a little bit quicker. I'll be perfectly honest. I really did. I thought they were a better tyre than the mediums. So, of course, I ran about 27 laps on the hard tyres, so, you know, we did a few laps on them. Chris, the
3
first
seconds.
man to get a penalty. He is battling with Lato Maka Sarge, and he's at the back of this train behind CL. Bubba already 2 seconds behind the Williams boys, who have disappeared off into the distance.
Yeah, they're gone.
He's find himself under pressure from Colin, and they pulled away from CL at this point, so this battle for third as it stands. Very, very interesting difference of tyres as well. So the guys on the mediums, Colin and Ant, they're going to want to try to make some moves and really close up, but also save as much life, of course, as possible, haven't they?
Oh yeah.
So you know, they're going to, like we said there, Ash said about 7 laps. People can take them, like we said earlier, 12 to 14. So you know.
I've just read another one of Ashley's messages. Yes, I'm I am friends with his very nice wife. Hello, Charlotte. But yeah, it's. I wonder now the Williams going to try and work together a little bit now to try and gap ahead of Bobo. But I think he's coming under a bit more pressure now from Colin. I think.
Yeah, he is. Isn't he? He's going to have to spend more time looking in his mirrors than he is looking ahead. As the Williams boys are 3.5 seconds ahead. They are going into turn 1. And Bob, of course, Tier 1 champion last season.
Yeah, he is. But again, it's going to be interesting now that as you alluded to in qualifying, what was everyone's allocations of tyres now? Now, because we've had the wet start, not everyone doesn't have to run both types of compounds now.
They don't, but I think taking the hards that long,
it's going to be a push.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's going to be hard work.
But you can go to like medium now, and it's like medium, it's like hard, and everything like that. You don't have to run both, which is going to make things a little bit more interesting, I think, towards the end of this.
It is, yeah. I think those on mediums will use the hard tyre. I think they can go quite a bit longer. That I think are going to be needed with 20 laps to go. They are going to be needed to be used. Those I think who are on the hards may use the mediums. I think because they're going to be quicker, they won't have the laps that they're going to need on them. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. But as I mentioned, I found personally that the hards were a better tyre. So we may see people, as you said, they're using the hard tyres twice to have that. Just that consistency. Obviously, I didn't really use the mediums, so I was in traffic, and at the first 4 laps, so I don't have a clue what they would have been like. Let's be honest.
They felt okay, actually. The mediums. I've done mine tonight. I didn't get to use my second set, unfortunately, but
no.
The hards were actually pretty nice when you got them up to temperature in a couple of laps.
Yeah, they were.
Then it's flying at the moment.
Yeah, the two Williams very close, but as you said, just working in tandem, just not doing anything silly. The multi-time champions, pretty much esports levels are going. And Ben, they have now gapped for about 4.5 seconds. We have a yellow in sector 3. That would be Bit and Friddy. Have had something further back and dropped off the back of the pack.
Just looking at this battle here between Nick, Lato, Maka, and Chris as well. I mean, I was just on board with Nick going through turn 1. He was almost four-wheel drifting around there, as I think Lato is trying to get the inside contact.
Big collisions, big collision there. Maka's lost a front wing. Nick's lost a front wing as well. That's a virtual safety car. Chris had to take avoiding action. I think Chris got away with damage, but he'll have had to slam on the brakes. Wow! I mean, we've seen something like this in the past. Maka has got a 10 seconds penalty for the collision. Wow! I mean, that's difficult. I think one of them was just a bystander, and I couldn't do anything to react to it. But wow, that's high drama.
I had a similar thing happen in the Tier 2 race last season. I think it was when with you and Ant, I was
Bobo virtual safety car. He's a drive-through for Bobo.
No. Oh, that's
it's
not
gone
good.
Green. It has. He just timed it badly. It's gone green already. That was very, very quick and horrible for Maka and Nick. Didn't even get round to get close to the pits. So
yeah, I wonder
very short virtual safety car. We had one that was very short, one that was, well,
yeah, I wonder when Bobo's going to take that penalty though. Is he going to do it this lap? I think you've got about 2 laps to do. Yeah, no, he seized it.
Fair play. Yeah, he's got 3 laps, so he'll have a couple of laps to do it, and he got a heck of a run through the final corner with the DRS as well. And he's going to be upset with that one, but he's going to drop right the way down the field. The field is so tightly bunched. Maka and Nick make it to the pits.
Yeah, they would have the front wing damage. But as I was saying, just with the Tier 2 race, I remember having that sort of spin around that sort of corner. It's weird. It was weird because the car just went light and it just went round. And it looked like a similar sort of thing happened.
I think there was a bit of contact. Lato was on the inside, and there was contact. That sent, I think it was Nick to the left, hit the wall, bounced back across the track as he's trying to save it, and yeah, unfortunately caught Maka in the process of that one. So I think we'll see that one in the stewards later on this evening.
Yeah,
it's taking a lot of damage. Chris managed to avoid it, but lost a bit of time, of course, trying to not get caught up too heavily in that one. But Bobo's drive-through penalty is one of the biggest shocks.
Oh yeah, I think there might be a brown stain on the back of Chris's overalls after that. After he got through that,
I can hear him shouting now, crikey.
Yeah, I think he's lost a couple of his 9 lives after that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a couple of yous there as well. There was quite a few of them battling in that instance. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think Calvin still hasn't fixed his front wing. Just looking at it, just going through it quickly through the field. He's not had the front wing changed.
I think if he's had it set to auto, if it thinks you're okay, it won't change it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Bobo is taking his drive through now as we speak. She's going to be so painful. I mean, it's a slower pit lane here, isn't it? As well, I think it's only 37 miles an hour.
It is, yeah, 36 mile an hour pit lane absolutely is. So yeah, that's going to really hurt. He's going to lose about 15 seconds as he trundles down the pit lane. That'll put him to the back of the pack when he is released, which he is now alongside Bob, Friddy and
Carl.
Bit.
Yeah.
But this now a battle for third with Colin and CL Armour Mamadev Saviour as well, 3rd to 8th. It's going to get tasty, mix of tyres. Those mediums going to start going off now. They're not going to be hurting.
They won't be feeling fantastic.
No, but those on the hards will be quite happy midway through their stint. They'll be quite happy with those, I would imagine, at this point. It's going to be interesting to see who tries to extend a little bit as well.
Yeah, I can see. Definitely, I can agree with that. But especially with Colin now. Oh, right, yes, he's got the 7-second gap to the Williams, but he's going to be keeping his tyres quite fresh. And CL, Armour, everyone behind him, they're going to be burning their tyres up from the dirty air from the car behind now.
Yeah, that can potentially happen, you're right there, but you can also just adjust a little bit of brake balance. I was doing it in a bit as well. Adjust the brake balance slightly to help ease, because it's very rear limited, this circuit with the traction. You can easily, just to keep the heat in some of the fronts as well, which can really hurt GTS and Chris, having a battle in 11th and 12th as well. But yeah, so you can keep everything just sort of warm and minimise some of the locking up as well. I did change it slightly myself, and obviously I'm learning this bit, so it did feel quite nice, I'll be honest, for a little while, and then get the clean air and push, change it back and push on, and then the balance of the car just changes slightly, even by 1%. So I think a lot of the drivers will be looking at managing as Ant now has made the move on Colin. Oh, there might have been a bit of contact through turn 5.
Yeah, I've just seen Colin.
Turn 7, yeah, Colin gone round. I think it looked like there was space. Ant was on the outside going round turn 7.
Unfortunate.
It is absolutely heartbreaking. Colin's having a really strong race, but a little bit of contact there, and I tested that because I had that in turn 3. With somebody, but yeah, that's so unlucky. And Colin just, of course, front wheel to back wheel. The car with the front wheel is going to be the one that spins when you have that contact. It just looked as though, yeah, I think Ant did leave the space. I think he might have had a little squeeze naturally if he's down there and he was ahead. But yeah, so desperately unlucky for Colin. But no damage. He didn't. He's now a clean air. As long as he's got the tyres under him, he can still push on in that clean air. Yeah. And, as well,
oh no, he's just got into the wall. He's broke the front wing.
Oh, he
Turn
has.
14.
Yeah, and that's allowed Lato on his comeback charge to get through.
But as you were saying, these cars are just so finely balanced on the weight. Any sort of just little touch on them sometimes will just send them around.
Yeah, it really will. Absolutely, you're right there. As Colin pits, hopefully we'll change that wing for him, and he'll maybe a set of hard tyres will go to the end for him.
He should be able to get the hards to the end now, no problem.
Yeah, 15 laps to go, he certainly will. But now, Ant has sort of broken away from CL a little bit.
Yeah, this battle for fourth is heating up a little bit between him and the
Alpine.
Alpine.
On the
looking.
inside of CL. Can he get the car stopped? He can't. He had to go wide. Now we're going to have to defend for Mamadou. So he's gone from gaining a place to losing one instead. Can't get the car
that's going to be unfortunate for him.
Yeah, that really is. But you'll learn from that one, though. You'll learn where to brake and what he tried to do.
Yeah, as I say, he's going to be on them hard tyres. So he's going to be. He's got a couple of laps left in life, and I think more than everyone else around him.
Yeah, he'll be fine. I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. He gets. They're all in that DRS now. Everyone down from CL all the way back down to Xavier.
The Williams have swapped positions now. Maybe I think those hard tyres are coming into the row, and I wonder if Ugone's looking for a pit stop soon. We sort of forgot about these two up ahead, and it is.
He's going in.
He does, yeah. Wondered if it was going to happen.
I wonder if he's trying to get into one of those gaps a little bit further on down the field.
Yeah, I think if he does, I think he'll come out.
I'll keep an eye on where he comes out.
Around Bobo, maybe just behind Bobo, possibly. I think could be where he will.
Good target. I think he may be ahead of him though, because I think there's two more cars behind him in Chris and GTS. They're coming into the pits now as well.
Yeah.
So I think he's out ahead of Bobo.
Yeah. Wow. So that drive-through for Bobo
has really, really just destroyed his race, unfortunately.
It has. And look at this. Mamadev's having a look now at turn 4. He had the line. CL went wide, and now he's got arm on the outside. This is very, very close. It leaves room CL. But now we've got Xavier having a look as well. Armour's on the inside. Had to back out a bit. Just didn't have the grip. But look at Xavier. He's looking interested on the Alpine. Who's going to be latest to break in the Singapore Sling? It's very tight. They've gone too wide through there. Armour's got the inside line. Now we get to very tight. Armour gets a slide. There's still two abreast coming over the bridge. And Armour gets just ahead.
How did they both keep both their wings on that? I do not know.
Wow.
That is driving. And Xavier's going to have another go into turn 14.
Because they've got DMS. There's been contact.
Little tag.
There was. Xavier managed to keep it in a straight line, but there was contact. Little squeeze from Armour.
Yeah. I was going to say we're only 18 laps in. Trying to keep you alive a little bit here.
They killed me off last week.
I'm just keeping an eye on Ujoni now. He's getting his heart into the window now, and I think he should be on the back of Calvin in a lap or so. I think, and he'll try and get overtaking him.
Yeah, I think the grip that he will have, he should close very quickly indeed, and use the traction that he'll have in those tyres to get through.
He's
Interesting to
Ben's
see
still
what Ben
got a
can
gap
do.
on him.
Yeah, he did. I wonder what he was going to do though. It's going to be interesting to see what. Pardon me, how those play it.
Ben's still got 25 seconds to Joni, so he's got a pit stop yet.
Yeah,
at the moment. But Joni's got a lot of traffic to get through, though.
Yeah, depends how quick he can
very
get
fast
through.
guys.
Yeah, depends how quick he can get through Calvin. That's going to be the key for him. Yeah, Notorious says brilliant racing it is. Ashley says it's a spicy sesh. Absolutely, certainly is.
That's what we want to hear,
Notorious. That's what you expect from MRC.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, well, we don't say we are one of the top leagues for no reason, do we?
Absolutely not. We have a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, we don't just have it as a shiny badge, do we? Held up, I think. Doesn't Martin still have that held up in his office at one point?
Oh, probably. But that's why we have 703 subscribers and going up.
Yeah, we'll hit 1,000 before you know it.
I hope so. I absolutely see how he's pitting now.
Just going
He's
on
done
with
12 laps on
Joni's got ahead of Calvin.
Yeah, did that under probably the DRS, I'd imagine there. But yeah, CL pits. 12 laps on those mediums. So it'll be interesting to see what Ant can do and when Ant decides to pit, because he had a gap to CL. It's going to be interesting to see where CL comes out of the pit lane. Where is he? There he is, trundling down the pits. So he's going to be in clean air ahead of Friddy. Just about, maybe. It's going to be close, actually. Looking at this one. So that's going to be really key for CL if he can keep it. He can't. There's Friddy going, flashing past through turn 1 and 2. So
22.5 seconds gap now. Joni's still got to Ben, so it's still outside the pit stop window at the moment, but it's not going to be for long. I don't think.
Which bit have we not mentioned before? I'm not actually sure, actually. You have to tell us. So yeah, this is where Ant is battling with that with CL. That's going to be interesting when he can pit as well. If he then takes the opportunity now or very soon, a lap or so, because he'll come out ahead of Friddy at the moment, and that will be key for him in terms of being able to get the tyres into that window, having that clean air to be able to push on. The field is quite widely spread. We've got a leader coming through the final two corners. Carl, end of the first sector through turn 5. So quite widespread, but there are some pit stops still to play themselves out. We've still got 11 laps to go as well. Mamadou is having a fantastic race. We said earlier he had some good pace in those intermediate conditions, and he's shown it now. It's kept on going in the dry as well, so up to third and looking really strong.
He has, and a good shout out from Armor as well. P4 holding quite a very fast driver behind him in the multi-time champion Saviour.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
GTS joins the 3-second club.
Yeah, but there's only a few penalties this evening. Only look at that, 3 of them: Colin, Chris, and GTS.
All together.
Yeah, they certainly are. But we're going to keep on with the. As CL does get through Friddy as quickly as he can. He'll go and he gets through on Sarge as well. Everybody pushing on as best as they possibly can.
Yeah, it's under the 20-second gap now. Just a little update on Ujoni. He's under 20 seconds behind Ben now.
Yep, so, but then of course Ben will get the intermediate tyres. I'm sure they're just going to be nose to tail as it comes over the line towards the end. We're sort of keeping an eye on this Armour Saviour at the moment. One of the closest battles on track. Same age of tyres. Of course, they've had a little ding dong already, eyed each other up. And as Armour goes a little bit wide over that white line. You've got to be careful with that white line. That's the track limits over there.
Yeah, it is.
And it's easy to try to straighten the car up and put the power down out of turns out turn 14 to the DRS, and that's where you can really get caught out. And does pit now. So we'll keep an eye on where he comes out. Now he's got 10 laps left. It'd be interesting if he uses mediums actually towards the end.
I think he may actually, because Ant is one of the kind of guys on his tyres in the league. He goes to the hard.
Okay, interesting. But they'll feel a bit better towards the end.
Yeah, if he can get the heat in them.
I'm sure he will. But Ant's going now, so he's behind. Well, I mean, he's going to be behind Bobo, but in very clean air. There is the turn 3. But now it's going to be interesting to see who pits behind. Will Mamadev pit soon. Will he have set of medium tyres, or how will he go towards the end? As Nick joins 3 seconds. Yeah. Sarge and Chris Bailey having a little ding dong as well. Chris is not long pitted as well for the hards, and Sarge on the mediums. So that'll be an interesting battle as well.
Yeah, be showing the tyre off, the grip offset.
Yeah, that's going to be good fun, that one. They've got some history as well. But I mean,
yeah,
if you're here long enough, you've got a history with pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure, as I say, I think we've had a few run-ins at least once or twice, haven't we?
Oh, more than likely, my friend. More than likely in the earlier seasons, I think we did. I think so.
I think we were title rivals at one point, weren't we?
Yeah, I think that was... ooh, I'm going to say season 7 or 8.
I think it was earlier, actually. I think it was 4 when it was you, me, and Guy. I think we're all fighting for the championship at one point.
Yeah, Guy won that season, didn't he? Just from us. Yeah, I think
he
it
did,
was. It was Ben Pitts. First leader Pitts. He'll have a gap to Calvin. But interesting to see what he does, because Armour and Xavier have caught up to
Joni's
Mammoth
well ahead
as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, crikey, he really is, isn't he? But I think he's going to come out ahead of Calvin, because there he is coming to the end of the pit. This is actually going to be very close for Calvin, so he needs to get out ahead. Is it going to be very close indeed? Calvin's gone ahead and he's coming out.
Got him, yeah, so's Bobo.
But the fresher tyres. Yeah, they certainly are wheel to wheel, but Bobo, 16 laps, he's on used hard tyres. And we've got
Armour and Mavdev, they've swapped positions. Armour takes the lead.
Yeah, he certainly does. Now it's going to be interesting to see who tries to take these to the end, but I think the Williams boys had such an advantage, as Benny does not waste any time getting past Calvin whatsoever. And he's going to taste that 9.8 seconds as a gap to his teammate. Wow, that's a huge
that's a big swing in terms of time.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be that high. So that just shows the pace that they've got and how much they were just working together and managing each other.
Yeah, I suppose it's a good little indication between the both of them. As I say, equal machinery. See who's the faster driver, because these two together would never happen under normal circumstances, would it?
No, absolutely not. No chance. But yeah, so 9.5 seconds is that gap, so that's going to be an interesting one. But this now little battle here, first, second and third, it's going to be interesting to see if anybody does take the opportunity to pit.
Fourth as well.
Yeah,
because Joni's right on the tail.
Yeah.
But I wonder if Armour's going to try and maybe play a little bit of a Carlos Sainz here in the last few laps.
Yeah, there is a potential, but you know he's got to go on a lot faster tyres, a lot fresher tyres. You know, Ben can easily take over a second lap out of them. Calvin 3 seconds as well through probably turn 2 there. Just took too much of a shallow line. He's actually generally battling with Bobo as well. Calvin has that 3 seconds to his name, but yeah, Calvin just had that wing damage early on. And he's
really
still got it actually, to be fair. Yeah, still has it. Didn't change his wing, but Bobo with the DRS now gets through. Calvin's got Ant's going to have Ant for company very soon indeed. So Ant's still on for top 3 here. Let's have a look at this gap to the leader. Ant 17.2 off the lead. That's going to come down very quickly indeed, especially this middle sector. When he has the hard tyres working, the grip, the front end grip, the traction, you will see that gap already 16.9. That's going to come down quite a bit, I would imagine, through the Singapore sling, because he's right on the back. There's a brief
Joni's of the insider saviour. He's got ahead.
That one. He certainly did on the DRS. Yep, he did. I think Saviour's not going to fight it. It's not his battle.
Yeah, and I wonder still if Armour's going to try and just like keep Maudev in his DRS to try and fend off.
I still think it's a bit futile. I'm not going to lie.
A little bit of a Carlos Sainz, 2023, but look at this. Joni's already on the back of the Ferrari.
He's going to have the grip, isn't he? You're going to have the traction, the full
confidence as
grip.
well.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Look at that.
And fastest lap.
31.6. Wow. That's only a 10th off Tier 1's fast lap last season. That was a 31.5. Wow. So we're getting to that territory again.
There you go, Ben. There's your challenge for you.
Yeah, but those fresh tyres and clean air. I think well, we're going having a look.
Inside.
That's close. They're over the curb. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't get the traction down. Going back up into second. This is vintage from the Italian.
Yeah, he's not missed a beat tonight, has he?
No, he's been absolutely impervious, hasn't he? He had his teammate for company, and work together extremely well.
Yeah, it was very scary. As I alluded to earlier, as I say, very scary partnership, these two.
Yeah, that's why they're not allowed together. But you know,
Yeah.
I wonder now if some of the Armour, Mamadev, Saviour are gonna stick this out. There's a big gap.
I
going
think they
back.
kind of have to.
Yeah, there's a big gap to Bobo, who has to pit. He's now got Ant really there for company. Let's have a look, actually, sorry, that gap to lead here. Well, I said that was 19 seconds, it's now 16. So in about a lap, but it's a bit far back. Unless the hard tyres really fall off, they could keep on going. And it depends, because, I mean, I'm sure, going to take the lead very shortly. Ant through with the DRS on Bobo. Didn't really fight that one. Ugoni still behind Armour. He's probably going to wait, I think, for the run.
Straight down to turn 7, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right with that one. And then it's just going to be C, because now Mamadev was in that dirty air. He's dropped off a little bit to the back of Ugoni. So Armour's pushing on. Hopefully not using too much of his battery and trying to defend against Ugoni. I'm sure he's just going to let that one go, and Ugoni does get through. Armour now in second. So this is going to be the battle. This could be an interesting one for Puddy, but Ben's there. Ben's there. He's only 3 seconds back.
Yeah, he's gonna have a face full of Haas diffuser in the next lap or two, I think.
Yeah, I think he really will, won't he? Because we've got 6 laps to go, 5.5, really. And I think, yeah, if he can get through, it wasn't easy getting through Armour Mamadev Saviour. It wasn't as easy as he probably wanted it to be, especially if he is now fighting Ben. This is where it's going to come down to it. It's going to be interesting to see if Ben can wrap up that Williams 1-2. I said it was 3 seconds. Well, it's now 1.7. But Ant's got 10 seconds. This is going to be interesting. If Ant can keep taking that 3-4 seconds a lap out of those in the second and third floor, we are going to be into some very spicy laps at the end.
It's going to be tasty, and especially with now he's dropped out of Ujoni's DRS now. And they're not getting DRS off each other.
Yeah, Mamadev's off the back of Armour, and Saviour's the close one. Ben's there. There he is. Ben is there. And actually lost a little bit of time, I think, just in that DRS section. Difficult to keep up there. So, expect still to see that gap start coming down very quickly indeed. CL, after that spin, he's actually clawed his way back. He's close to Calvin now on fresher rubber, so he's got, of course, Calvin with the 3 seconds. So CL trying to get through and use the grip that he's going to have in the last few races. Saviour and Mamadev very close into turn 7, side by side. Room given, look at Ben. He's trying to have a look as well at Mamadev. Into turn 8, the side by side. The Williams has absolutely. The Williams had the grip, and Mamadev losing 2 positions in 2 corners. And the Benny now is going to be looking at scything through Saviour and then chasing down Armour. That's giving Armour a little bit of respite, which he will be glad for at this point. But he will know Ben's there. He will know that Ben's on a different strategy. So he's just hoping and praying that Saviour, Alex Yaseki, is going to keep him at bay a little bit longer and help him, but that's not going to happen because Ben with the TRS straight through at the first opportunity that he has. Now going to chase down Armour and his teammate, of course, well, in the last few laps. Ant now got the gap down to 8.3. That's going to be one to keep an eye on as well. If Ant can salvage maybe a top 3 from this race, which will be an incredible achievement for him.
Definitely, he's been fantastic result. Sorry, start my sentence again. Will be a fantastic result for him.
Yeah, absolutely is. Sorry, I was just going to talk. That's funny. The British alien versus the Italian stallion. I like that, Saviour. Very slidey. Outside of turn 3, Benny already on the back of Armour, who's dropping away from Ugoni at this point.
But I was going to say, both Armour and Saviour, I was just having a look at the position changes from the start of the grid. Both 9 and 10 spots they've both joined up as Ben's.
Tight through turn 8, that was tight. What a move, that was for Ben. Opportunistic, had the grip through 7 and planted his car at the inside, made it Armour's problem.
How has people still got front wings there, I don't know.
That was fantastic racing. To be fair, I actually went around the outside of there once last season. That was scary.
Yeah, was there a brown stain on the back of those Ferrari overalls afterwards?
No, it was well half planned. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that it worked was scary. That's not gonna lie. But yeah, so Armour now has to battle with Xavier. But yeah, as you say, they're up
Similar
8, 10,
tyre
and
life.
8. Yeah, they are up at the same lap under that safety car, and only 5 seconds. Take another 3 seconds out of them. The man is on a mission. This could get very, very spicy towards the end. Of course, in this one, Boba down for that drive-through penalty hurt him so badly. But CL, as mentioned, he was getting close, and there he is. He's got the DRS on the back of Calvin. Is he going to try and make the move into 15? He's on the inside. He's through. And CL having a great race in the Aston Martin. He is through. Colin, unfortunately, down in 14th place. A difficult second stint for Colin. Really hard for him, but it's still going to be points as it stands. So, got to keep your head up where it is. Sarge up 9 places. He's got a bit of a gap to Chris, who's still under pressure from GTS, and Colin as well. Let's have a look at those penalties. They're all on 3 seconds, apart from Nick, who's on 6, but everyone else on 3. And 3 seconds now at the back of Mamadev. And I think Mamadev Xavier, those gaps are just starting to build between them all. So I think now that they are in... Yeah, now they're in the dirty of each other, and the lap, look at that, 21 laps. Yeah, they are really, really struggling to get rid of that. For the final few laps, let's keep on board with Mamadev.
I just wonder now if they're gonna is any one of Armour or Xavier they're gonna have to worry about whether are we gonna get into the dreaded puncture territory.
Well, that's a very good point, actually. Yeah, that is very true, because those rear tyres, as we mentioned about the heat of them and the wear on the rear right and the the front right as well. Yeah, that's a very, very good point. Actually, this is going to be a long way to take them, and I think on the strategy, they were looking about, was it 17-ish laps, I think? And they were looking about 70-ish percent, 60, 70%. So I think you could be right, you know.
Yeah, they're not going to be feeling fantastic.
No, they're certainly not.
As the Williams are still having their nice little play date. I mean, about 1.7 seconds. I think that's all I'm just going to call it with those two.
It is. It has been. There were 1-2 on the grid, and
imperious.
They really have been this evening.
And that one is. I'm just having a quick glance down. GTS and Chris still having their nice little battle between the two of them. As GTS is up the inside for turn 1.
Keep on going, I think, towards the end as well.
I think it is gonna, yeah.
I wonder if Ant's got enough laps left to maybe get a podium here. I think he's gonna...
He's right up behind Mamadev now.
Yeah, it's gonna be very close, isn't it? It just depends if he can get the move done as soon as possible, as efficiently as possible in the lap and early in the lap.
I think he's gonna wait until after the bridge. I think he's gonna try the DRS.
Yeah, would make sense, wouldn't it, to use as much as he possibly can, that straight line speed. And blitz past.
He's going to look at it. Nope, he's showing discretion is the better part of valor for the minute.
Yeah, but he's going to have the drive here, using the second part of the DRS. Around the outside, Mamadev fights it a little bit, makes it a bit difficult for Mamadev, holding on, but Ant's going to have the inside line and the grip as well. So that's going to hurt Ant, because he got held up slightly. Mamadev didn't make it easy for him. So Ant now, with 2 laps to go, can he close the gap to Xavier? Can Armour hold on for a podium?
I think he might. He might. I think the gap's enough.
I think it could be. I think you're right, you know. But who knows? You can't say it.
Ben's got DRS on New Journey. I don't know whether he's going to try and attack him though.
Yeah, Calvin hurting on his tyres as well. He's lost place to Lato. CL up the back of Bobo as well. That's a battle for him at the start of this race, so that's reignited.
It has, and I think, as I say, CL is looking to get he's got the DRS off the McLaren, but don't think he's close enough to make the move for turn 7.
No, he's not this time out, so he'll try later on. And now close to the DRS of Xavier, the same place that he passed Mamadev a lap ago. It's all about the traction, the overall grip, and he is very close indeed. He's closing down. This could be a 4th place for Ant on the cards.
He's right on the back of Xavier.
Yeah, but the two Williams nose to tail, but he's going to try and do what he did last time. I think he is. He's going to try to set himself up, get a good exit from turn 14 through the kink of 15. Going to have the overall best. Saviour very quick in a straight line. Can't do anything about it this time round, so Saviour holding on and fighting for all he's worth.
That might have saved Armour.
I think, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, very good point. Yeah, could do.
I think that saved him.
Possibly. Final lap. We started with it being a bit damp, but look at that now into turn 1. Gets the move done. Up into 4th place. Just about keeps it within the white lines of 2 seconds now. So he found himself potentially on the podium. It's all charged now, but the Williams boys, look at this. Absolutely impervious, haven't they? All race long.
They've looked spectacular.
They really have. They're back to their best once more.
It's like the 90s all over, the end of the 90s all over again, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, and just back to seeing these two at their best, battling. As you say, a bit strange to see them on the same team this evening, but nonetheless, as Ferrari have moves out
Lets him
of
through,
the way.
which I don't know how he's done this, Carl, but he's knocked both end plates off.
Ah, skill. And only 1.2 off the back of Armour. If he has a good sector through the bridge, he may just get the DRS. I think he's going to.
I think it may be too late though.
I don't know if he's got the grip.
Oh,
Armour,
little slide though off Armour.
Let's have a look. On board with and has Armour saving the battery. He's flashing towards the end of the straight.
Then he's going round the outside of Joni. He's having a look.
Oh, look at that! There's contact between the two of them as well. Final chicane over the win. It's Ugoni's going to come across the line and take the win from his teammate. A 1-2 and Ante's going on the outside as well. There's contact with Armour. There's a tiny touch.
Oh no! Oh, Stevie's going to be gutted from that.
He is, but Ant's going to take 3rd. Yeah.
I think he's going to keep 6th though.
Yeah, he should. Yes, he will keep 6th. But Saviour's going to take 4th. Mamodev in 5th. Armour will come across the last. Steve in 6th.
He's going to be gutted.
He will. Bobo 7th ahead of Lato's come back and got Pelusi L as well. So he's going to be 9th. Calvin coming across. He's going to have some penalties. So his teammate Sarge will take 10th. Calvin in 11th. And GTS just ahead of Chris in 13th. Colin will come across the line. 14th place. For him, Friddy will be the last of the point scorers as well in 15. Maka 16th, Nick 17th, and Carl is a lap down. But wow, drama towards the end.
Yeah, it was a fantastic race. The changeable conditions proving again to be a good factor in making an entertaining race again, wasn't it?
It certainly was. The difference with the 1 and 2 stop as well. And charge through. The Williams boys coming through. So unlucky for Armour with that little bit of contact as well. Tyres were really gone.
Yeah.
That, if he had grippier tyres, I don't think would have ended in that spin. On the half spin, I think he would have been able to recover that, but the tyres just have nothing left once they start sliding. And
it was a valiant effort from him.
Yeah, it was absolutely, certainly really was. But yeah, that was wow. That was a
stunning race.
It really was. Yeah, yeah. As I said, he'd had to try to stay ahead. Absolutely, certainly did. But there we are, Williams 1-2 on the grid, and it is a lockout for the Williams boys, and he has absolutely thrown it out of the park this evening. So fastest lap for Benny. A driver of the day from the game in Mamodev. Most overtakes for Calvin. Cleanest is CL Sparmalam, and the race win, of course. Damio Ogoni takes the race win with his teammate in 2nd place in the fastest lap, and claws way back to 3rd. Saviour in 4th. Mamodev in 5th, and Armour in 6th. Bobo 7th. That drive through really hurt him in the end. Lato in 8th. He pushed his way back through and got some good points in the Alpine. CL in 9th. Sarge in 10th ahead of his teammate, with GTS in 12th. Chris in 13th ahead of Colin. Friddy rounds out the points, and then Maka, Nick, Bit, KG and Notorious are the only DNFs this evening. Mr. Mond, it's up to you, my friend. Who are you going to put as a driver of the day this evening?
I am not going to actually go for either of the Williams, I don't think, even though they were absolutely imperious all race and just drove away from the field. I'm going to have to, because of his strategy, his bold strategy and being able to get the positions. I'm actually going to give it to Saviour for holding on the one stop, as I said, to get to P4. But if that last lap was a little bit different, it would have gone to Armour for the podium.
I can't really disagree, mate. I really can't. I think and making that strategy work was fantastic. Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Xavier, Mamadev, and Armour are my three joint picks for making, as you said, that strategy, those hard tyres go to the end. And getting the way through there, I'd say absolutely, yeah, I do agree with you on those ones. It was unlucky for Armour. I'm sure he'll be a bit upset with
Definitely.
that one, but I know for a fact
He'll
he's
be
going to.
back.
Next week, yeah, he certainly will. But there we are, folks. There's your Monday night entertainment with MRC. But don't go too far. In 48 hours, Wednesday, we have Tier 3 and Tier 4 are going to be under the lights here in Singapore. So, Andrew, once again, my friend, what a pleasure. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure for you to have us with us again, Hodge, and it's good to be back, as I say, with the team again after a few years away. So thank you again for having me along for tonight's ride.
Anytime, my friend, anytime. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for taking part. And we will see you all very, very soon indeed. Have a lovely evening, folks. Take care.
Take care, everybody.